measurement of angle C in the figure. So this is the given figure and they are telling that AB is parallel to side CD here, and angle B they have given as 120 degree, and they are asking us to find out angle C. It is very simple. See, given AB is parallel to CD means we can take that angle B plus angle C are adjacent sides or adjacent angles. Angle B plus angle C are adjacent angles means their sum is 180 degree. Same old concept. We know angle B is 120 degree plus C is 180 degree. C is 180 minus 120 and C is clearly 180 minus 120 is 60 degrees, children. So we find out angle C. That's also very simple. Next we shall solve the last problem. Figure I didn't draw. I will draw it here for you. P, this is Q, this is R and this is S. They have given R, this symbol means, children, it is understood it is 90 degree and this is 130 degree. Question is, find the measure of angle P and angle S. What are these two angles? We need to find out. If SP is parallel to RQ. See, children, one hint. Whenever they tell any two sides are parallel, then blindly you take this adjacent angle property. So, RS agata, QP agata, you can finish it off. They are parallel. And if you find angle R, is this more than one method to find angle P is the question. So, if you find angle, measurement of angle R, yes, we will think of that. Now, angle P plus angle Q. I said no. Whenever they tell these two sides are parallel, you can take angle P and angle Q are adjacent angles. So, angle P plus angle Q is 180 degree. Angle P plus angle Q we know 130 degree. Substitute is equal to 180. This implies angle P is 180 minus 130 and the angle P is clearly 150 degree. Similarly, you apply for angle R and S. Angle R and S are adjacent angles, therefore angle R plus angle S is 180 degree and S is 180 minus 90 and clearly S is 90 degree. Now, is there any other method they are telling? Yes, children. How means? Yes. After finding out what was the question, if you find angle R, is there more than one method to find P? Yes, there is one more method. How means? This is a quadrilateral. Yes, no, let it be a trapezium, rhombus, parallelogram, anything, don't worry. It is a quadrilateral. Why? It has 4 vertex. Okay, and 4 sides. Now, children, by using angle sum property of a quadrilateral also we can find out. Once we know the 3 angles, one more angle can be found out. By angle sum property of a quadrilateral, angle P plus angle Q plus angle R plus angle S is 360 degree. By using that, by knowing 3 angles, easily you can find out. So, you after finding out angle P and angle S, you should answer that bracket question. If you find angle R, is there an yes, sir? Answer is yes. If we find angle R, then by using the angle sum property of a quadrilateral, we can find out angle P. Right, you know this symbol angle P. You should read it as angle P. So, by using angle sum property method also, you can find out what is angle P. So, this ends the exercise 4.3, children. So, after studying kinds of quadrilaterals and solving exercise based on those properties, we shall next study in the next session some special parallelograms. So, in kinds of quadrilaterals, polygons, types of polygons we study, types of quadrilaterals we study. Now, we shall study, you know what is a parallelogram and what are its properties. Based on that, children, some special types of parallelograms are there. That is rhombus, rectangle and a square you have. So, as we did for the other rhombus, kite, trapezium, parallelogram and all, we should just list the properties, understand it and solve the exercise 4.4, which will complete the lesson, children. So, now next we shall study the types of the parallelogram, some special parallelograms.